everyone also struggles with this, like, your own self-worth sometimes. Like, I've definitely had a couple of years where I've thought to myself, like, man, why am I doing this? Why am I, keep continuing? But again, it's those people, those connections that I built around me. That's like, I mean, they like these people wouldn't be here with me if they didn't care.
Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. My name is Bryson Carter, and today I have with us the man, the myth, the legend, Rylan Thrasher.
Yes, hello, that's me. I apologize to our audience if I sound a little under the weather. I am getting fresh off cold, but I'm here. I'm here to talk about motivation.
Yeah. So how you been, man?
I've been good. Honestly, this year has been felt like a very productive one. Honestly, like it's a little easy since senior year, and everyone does say that your year is honestly the easiest one that you've done. But I mean, it's been good, man. How about you?
Good, man. Good. Just trying to be productive. Well, anyway, if you don't mind, I have some questions for you, just to kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course.
So the first one is, this one comes from a quote. For those who are seniors at the NCLA, we all know that we have a senior project. And this comes from that. So Shan Chen, according to him in his article, Development of Growth Mindset Scale, Evidence of Structural Validity, Measurement, Model, Direct and Indirect Effects in Chinese Samples. He states, the attribute of growth mindset and perseverance aims to expand this kind of experience through challenge and adversity, which is imperative and crucial to lead a successful life. If you're willing to share, what kind of adversity have you faced in your life, and how did you overcome that, and how did it help you grow as a person?
There's been a lot of it. Just like everyday life, struggling with loss. Everyone has to go through that at some point. No, I've definitely lost a few loved ones, and that's a thought that's kind of always hanging in the back of my mind every once in a while, up to there. But I know because of them and how like a profound impact they've had on my lives, I know that they would want me to keep going no matter like what kind of things that I'm facing. And I mean, I feel like everyone also struggles with this, like, your own self-worth sometimes. Like, I've definitely had a couple of years where I've thought to myself, like, man, why am I doing this? Why am I, keep continuing? But again, it's those people, those connections that I built around me. That's like, I mean, these people wouldn't be here with me if they didn't care. And that's honestly like the biggest motivation is that I find for myself is people around me, like constantly cheering me on. Because if you can't find motivation for yourself, find it in other people.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry about the loss, man. That's tough. I know. And we've had a lot of conversations in the past about your self-worth and how you feel about yourself. And you, for a while there, if you don't mind, and I'll edit this if you don't want me to share, but it almost seems like you didn't seem happy with the fact that you didn't really like find yourself worthy of love. Or
it was something that I'd struggled with for a long time. I was just it was at a time where I was like so hard on myself. I was so down on myself. I didn't see like any light or way out, but it was just those constant, like, people trusting in me, believing in me. There's, this is going to sound a little cheesy, but there's this quote that I actually really like that's actually from an anime, but it basically goes, don't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you. As in, like, you don't have to try and believe in yourself. So, like, you don't have to set this perfect standard for yourself, because I feel like that's what a lot of people do. Instead, like, believe in the people that trust in you, because, they obviously have such a strong and amazing belief in you. That's why they're there. That's why they're with you. They trust, they believe in you. Yeah. Honestly, more than you could ever yourself. So if you believe and trust in that person, like you're trusting yourself more than you ever could.
Yeah, for sure. And I know nothing about anime, but yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. Yeah. Anyway, with the same quote, it states that a growth mindset is a sort of concept that oneself believes acquire characteristic via hard work, embracing challenges, learning from adversity or failure, grit and perseverance, holding a positive attitude, and adopting skillful approaches. In my opinion, mindset is crucial to having a very productive life, and how your day goes and you start your morning is normally how you end your day. That, when you wake up, you're thinking, yeah, I got this. How would you balance emotion with positive mindset and not be too shut down or fall into a victim mentality, but still be able to like share it, but maybe not with everybody. Does that make sense? Like, how would you balance being a victim and being someone who's healthy sharing what they're struggling with while still keeping a positive mindset?
I see it like, I think the victim mindset is a very like unfortunate and a powerful thing that a lot of people fall into. And it's that like, you know, um, does I feel like, again, people are too hard on themselves, like very, very often. They're always like beating themselves down, like they're trying to achieve perfection, which just isn't practical. That really isn't possible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it's also good to take accountability for your own actions instead of trying to, like pass off the blame, like, in a victim mentality, like, oh, for me, for this, for that, it wasn't my fault. I couldn't do this, like take accountability for what you've done, but like, look at your actions and think that you've done wrong. And honestly, failure is the like best way to learn and to achieve success, because there is no success without a little bit of failure first.
Yeah, 100%. People who don't take accountability are just hurting themselves, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's you're just you're weighing yourself down more because you're not accepting that you failed. That whenever you quote unquote succeed, you haven't really earned it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So since this is a student-based podcast, how can we as students, we're high school students, we're thinking about what we want in our future, and some of us will go to college and some of us won't. It doesn't make a difference. Everybody coming out of high school has something that they're going to do or want to do. How would you give students advice on how to stay motivated in high school, even when you're thinking about, all I want to do is get out of here and go do my life? Like, how can we stay motivated as a high school student?
Honestly, like, just take a look around you, man. Like, you're surrounded with like some of the people that like, I mean, again, this is off the basis that, you'll still know these people after high school, and some people you won't. Some people you'll drop out, you won't have in much contact anymore. But like, these people are who you're doing life with right now. Like, these are the people around you constantly. And honestly, I think like finding those little, moments of joy around you while in school really helps to, keep you grounded in this space, but also to help you like feel like you want to keep pushing forward and not just, just give up and drop out. Because, I mean, then once you do, what are you going to do after that? You missed all your chances. Because I've seen this a lot, like playing around the idea that like you struggle now so you can, take it easier later. And if you're not struggling now, you're struggling later.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody has to struggle to become better.
Yeah.
And with high school, I mean, I don't know about you, but I know us as friends have had a lot of memories in high school,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not something that you want to really wish away.
No, no, of course not. That's why I'm so like just grateful and thankful for my parents. Because I mean, I don't think without them that I ever would have gone to like that first dance where I first met you and Allie, and like, those memories that we made there, they wouldn't have been made. And I probably would have been like miserable.
Oh yeah. For sure, pushing to meet new people is life changing, man.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's corny. People say it all the time, but you got to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're just going to stay comfortable. And then, like I said, you'll struggle. You're just going to be struggling later.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, and nothing about this is like the most of the things. It could be corny to some people, but it's.
I'm sure it is. I don't care.
A lot of this podcast is corny, but I'm hoping it'll help one person at least.
If it helps even one person, then you know what? Me being here, me taking my time out of the day to do this, I'm happy to do it.
Man, I appreciate it, dude.
Sure.
I'm not sure if you listened to the podcast. I heard, or I sent you like the other day. It was the School of Greatness with David Goggin. But David Goggin said something along the lines of, "When I die, I don't want God to pull out a spreadsheet of stat that I didn't meet and tell me that this is who I was supposed to be." What does being your absolute best look like to you?
Honestly, I don't think there's any set idea for what you were supposed to be. I think it's all up to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love to live with this mindset of that I want to be better than the me from yesterday.
Yeah.
I want to be better in some way, no matter what it may be. Because I feel like that's a very healthy mindset to have, like you keep taking a step forward to be better than you were before. This only person you're competing against is you. Like, there's no one. I mean, this is gonna sound a little brutal, but no one else really matters in the grand scheme of like your life and your motivation and what you want. Like, it's all up to you and down to you. The only person that you're really like, fighting and competing with is just you. So just try and be better than you. And you may stumble, you may fall. It happens. But you got to build yourself back up.
Yeah, 100%. And that was like the best answer I've got from this question all day. I've been kind of asking people like, with your thought process, because I want to make this podcast as helpful to people as possible. Like with us thinking about these questions. Like,
oh yeah, like a lot of different answers, different mindsets, how different people, because not every person is gonna be able to rely on that one thing like another person does. Like my motivation might be different from yours.
Yeah,
it may be different from I don't know who else's.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like we all kind of put ourselves on a pedestal, like where we're like, I gotta do this, and it's not really about that. It's just being better today so you can have a better tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Again, it's that like people always are striving for perfection, which is just it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna, and they always set this like impossible standard. They try to like lift themselves up to this ideal that they want to reach, which is good to have a goal. Yeah, but honestly, I think the best goal for you to have is genuinely to just try to be better than you were before.
Yeah,
because I mean, then through all that growth and development, just those little steady increments of just being better and better, you'll eventually reach that big like super goal that you want with you.
Yeah, man. I wish I had a pencil so I could write that down, but write it down later, baby. But since mindset can determine how the rest of your day goes, what mindset do you strive for in the mornings in order to have a motivated, abundant day?
And in the mornings, dude, I'm just trying to wake up. I can't even lie. I'm trying to be fully awake.
Oh, I understand, man.
But once I'm like, I'm not really trying to hit like I'll just get through the day and the rest of it will be fine. Sometimes it does kind of feel like that. But in terms of like trying to get up and get myself motivated for the day, you do say it all the time, but it's like I get that, I'm lucky to be able to wake up and do all this, incredible stuff. The fact that I'm here is like incredible in itself, like the fact that I've thought about this a couple times before, but like the fact that I am here right now and get to live at this time period is like such a miracle. It's such a like crazy blessing, and it's so I just feel like, I mean, I feel like you take that for granted a lot of the times. Honestly, just like being happy that I'm even here, that I get to go out and do all this amazing thing, that I even get to be able, because some people aren't that lucky, man. A lot of people aren't.
Yeah,
it's a sad reality, but hey, make the best of the situation that you got, of the situation that you want.
For sure, man. I 100% agree. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, like me and Rylan are good friends, so all the time I'll say like, we get to do this day. About drives him up a wall, or about drives everybody up a wall, but it's something I stand by.
Yeah, no, it does. Listen, I love me some motivation. You're in that same phrase every single day. It gets a little tiring.
I need to find me some new ones. That's why I'm doing this podcast, dude, just to need some new advice.
New ideas? Yeah, no, good idea.
Well, I'm going to ask this question to everybody who comes on here, because I feel like it's a question that kind of, in a way, it tells me what kind of person, it kind of helps you reflect on who you are now versus who you were, and kind of helps me understand like what your goals as a person are. And so the question is like, if you were, it's kind of hypothetical. So if you were to run into, say, your 7-year-old self, and you had no idea that you were going to experience what you've experienced and go through what you have gone through, what would you tell your younger self as one piece of advice, 3 pieces of advice, that you would give him before you never see him again?
That's a tough one. Yeah. Trying to think of like what's exactly like that I've learned now that like has really impacted me and helped me kind of make the best.
Oh yeah, no rush element.
Honestly, like this is gonna sound so like easy, but I man, I just keep tying everything back to anime, but hey, I love it. So
Yeah,
why
man.
not?
Hey, go for it.
But there, in this anime that I watched, there's another quote that I really like. That like, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it basically goes along with like, it's something along the lines of like, fall in love with yourself, like love who you are more than anything else. And I think that's a very powerful thing because not only are we, I mean, we're human beings, obviously we go around and seek companionship, but like, you gotta love yourself first, like more than anything. Otherwise, how are you gonna, spread that love to everyone else?
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be the first bit of advice. Second bit of advice I would say is that probably just like, I mean, I'm sure hey, I've even heard it multiple times before, but I feel like you are going to stumble, you're going to fall, you're going to fail. It doesn't mean it's the end.
Yeah.
Failure is never it's a new beginning, honestly. It's the best way to look at it. And a lot of things seem like, I don't know, seem daunting and just crazy. Like you'll never make it up this mountain. But honestly, just like this failure isn't a death. It's a chance for rebirth,
Yeah.
because you can always try again. There's never, the only time that you truly fail is when you give up. And it's, as long as you keep pushing, you'll never truly fail. Yeah, this last third one.
You good? Yeah. I really appreciate what you said for that second one too, because a lot of people think that failure defines them as who they are, and like even I mean, some dudes I know are scared to ask girls on dates because of rejection. I'm like, dude, like that's part of it, man.
Yeah, no.
Like failure is how you set yourself up for success.
Yeah. No, that's how you get it developed. And this third one, I'm resisting the urge to just say start lifting young.
That's a good advice too.
I mean, hey, it is. If there's one thing that I can point to for me, keeping this grind set mindset going is honestly working out. Like it's a lot of fun. But if I had to give them any piece of advice, just like try out new things. Go after what you love. Like if you enjoy something, if you want to do it, go on, try it out. Don't be, afraid to try something new, but also like, seek the things that you want to do. Like I would say, don't let people like try and dissuade you from doing what. Because I mean, if you have a dream, go for it, chase it. Like don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Because as soon as you like let that thought into your head and let like you let them tell you that basically when you believe them, then you've like fully you've kind of lost that feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So that thing, I don't think that if you have a dream, you shouldn't let it go unless you want.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think those would be the three pieces of advice. I don't know. If I had more time, I'd probably think about it this a little bit more, but I got off the spot.
Yeah, man. And look, it does change a lot,
It is.
you learn things every day,
Yeah, no, I almost guarantee that like even just a year from now, I probably have three completely different things to say to myself.
Yeah, I'd challenge a week.
You'd probably be right.
Yeah.
You'd probably be right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I appreciate you doing this, and I wanted to acknowledge you as a human being first, because about a year ago we had a conversation in the tech booth there at the Summit Church in Kernersville, and it was almost like me and you both, and we're struggling really badly with self-acceptance and like how we viewed ourselves and carried ourselves. And I wanted to acknowledge you for the person that I see now is completely different than the person I saw a year ago. You seem to be a lot more confident in who you are, and it's really cool to see, man.
Yeah, no, I've developed, to say the least. I've just kind of realized that like, man, this life it's a short one. I'm gonna make the most. I'm gonna make the best of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've helped a lot of people doing this, so I wanted to ask you, how can I, as a student, because we're all in this together, this is not you're by yourself. it's a lonely island and this is, you got to survive. No, we're, you know, we're a
together.
family. And
We're stuck on this island together. Yeah, wait for me.
that's it. And so I wanted to know, how can I help you be your best and just, you know, as a friend, just help you?
Dude, honestly, the best thing and the greatest thing that I can ask for is you just like you being here every day. All right. Like just seeing you and your crazy positive attitude. And honestly, it inspires me. It does. It's all the time. I see you always upbeat, always smiling. I'm like, damn, that's Bryson for you. He's always here. He's always smiling. He'll always be there for you. And that's really all I could ever ask for a friend, you know?
I mean, I appreciate that. I feel like, you know, you and Brian, nobody really knows. I mean, some people may know Brian who's listened to this, but some people might not. But yeah, and Zach, all of y'all have really helped me develop into the human I am today, and it's been really cool to have your friendship, man.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. You've helped me. Like in more ways than that. I mean, I feel like that's what everyone in your life does. That's why I feel like every single person you meet, like it isn't an act. There's always a reason. I feel like that, you know, you met a person, whether you think it's just for some random reason, every single person you meet has had some kind of impact on your life, no matter how minute it may be.
Yeah, you learn a little bit from everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. It's been really cool talking with you, man, and you've helped a lot more people than you probably think you have.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, man. I'm going to give us our weekly quote, as cheesy as some people might think this is. And the quote today is, or this week, excuse me, if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. And that's by Eric Jong. Jong. Well, thank you guys for listening today. And I hope everybody has a great week. Just remember to be yourself and to chase your dreams. I'll see y'all next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.